Good morning, Red Army. This is your boy Case, aka Face, doing this for 18 7-day casuals. We're brought to you by Terrace Cult and Moo Moo Mia Ice Cream. And this is my calm after the shitstorm that we witnessed yesterday. Well, from the beginning, the game was over. I have to believe that Ten Hag tactically got it wrong, and that's okay. He's allowed to make a mistake. I don't know if I don't think he got it wrong. I don't think he was going to be this effective. And I'm talking about the Seville press. Ten Hag's favorite formation throughout the season has been a 3-3-1-3, and have like a Eriksson, or sometimes he had a Bruno play as a deep line defender between the two center backs. So he would be splitting the two, and that helps us to have a outlet for, just in case the press does come and David gets himself in a jam. But he didn't go with that. It was like he was behaving like you had Martinez or Varane back there, or just even Martinez, someone who could be press resistant as one of the center backs. And we learned very quickly from the start that Harry Maguire and David De Gea, that combination does not work against the press. Now, I'm saying he tactically got it wrong because he when from the first kickoff, they had someone attack the ball carrier, and everybody else were hunting the next man. They were hunting the ball. So wherever the ball went, they were hunting that ball, and whoever got the ball was just going to be met with the most aggressive, direct press that we've seen in maybe the Scousers, because unfortunately, I think Ten Hag went on the notion that if we play a team that's not as superior as us in the table, or whoever you want to say it, that their press wasn't going to be effective. You know, we played the likes of Forest, Everton, and Brentford, and a couple of them toyed with the press, but the press, like Everton's press, was a myth. They tried the press, but it was non-existent. So I think Ten Hag felt that Seville, being a not as talented team as we all presumed they were, that their press probably won't be as effective either. So that thinking, I'm wanting to believe that's why he went with the two instead of the three in the back, and with and having like a Eriksson in the back be that deep line playmaker. You know, Eriksson was more pushed forward to the left, and that hurt because when De Gea, Maguire, and Wan-Bissaka got in a jam, there was no one to come and help them, like either Anthony or another midfielder like Eriksson, who would have been perfect, or in that Bruno role would have been perfect to come up and help, you know, protect our guys in the press. So we didn't have that option. So De Gea and Maguire were just a calamity of errors. It's a shame. It's a shame because, you know, there was a big opportunity last night to progress, to put yourself in a position to win something and have a moment, and it was totally squandered away. It was totally missed. What's the word I'm looking for? We mentally and physically didn't look prepared to handle that press, and it was a very good press. Seville's press, now I'm not going to say it was an average press. It was very aggressive and direct, and it was consistent. So our guys were not able to gather themselves, relax, and deal with it. We weren't press resistant at all, and that's just down to talent of the team. I mean, it's a situation where, you know, you can say that you know, some guys have shown this. Certain guys weren't here to, you know, help us. Ten Hag got the tactically wrong. Seville was, so you could say they were aggressive. You could say the atmosphere was overwhelming. So you're not wrong for saying any one of those, but I'm going to say it was all of those things. We did not handle the moment well. It was so very unlike our boss to be not prepared for something like this. And you know, what happened was, I think he put a little trust into these players, and I feel like every time he does that, with this group or a certain amount of players, it always bites them in the ass. I think our boss is somebody who, he treats players like human beings. He feels like if you have, a few good showings in a row, that you deserve respect and yada yada. But these guys are not that talented. There's a lot of glaring issues in the team, and I felt like if it's a team of guys that are working for contract situations and playing situations next year, they did not represent themselves well. We're disgusted. We are disappointed. We're shocked. We are embarrassed. I used a beautiful bird texted me last night to check on me, and I told her that I was disappointed. I felt like, they've lost trust. And I said, don't, and this is my closing statement. Morning, Anna. My closing statement was, don't check on me for last night's game against Seville. Check on me Sunday. Because that's another game. And I think it's a bigger game, actually. It's because it's the biggest game we have going right now. It's the FA Cup, and there's a situation. This is our last chance to do something worth a shit, It's been a up and down season. We had a lot of hopes. Okay, one goal that we wanted is gone, but we have more goals to fight for. But seeing as it said, as disappointing as you all feel as supporters, that's because Ten Hag is doing such a great job. Last year, this time, we were in the tank. A lot of us were mentally, I'm telling you, mentally, I was suffering. I'm going to say suffering. I was down. It was hard to watch, I'm 51 years old. I've watched a lot of United footy, and last year was my low. I know we've had poor seasons in the past where we were completely shit and, got relegated. Well, last year was as close as relegation for me, and we finished seventh or eighth? No, we went to Europa, so we finished 6th or 7th. I can't remember. So that was my down. Now, we went into this game with hope, with aspirations to rewrite the wrong from the 2-0 debacle, and the 2-2 debacle, and I felt like this team was good enough to win. I was expecting this team to win. Honestly, last night, which is shocking after what you watched. I was expecting this team to win. So that is a tribute to Ten Hag and the marvelous job he's doing. He's actually brought back some type of characteristics, some type of pride, some type of spirit, some type of fight in his team. But I just think that's more to do with his hard work of his coaching staff and a few key players that have been implanted on this team. The core of this team, I don't want to say the core, the majority of this team is not Ten Hag players. Ten Hag has a lot of work. Our board, our directors, our director of football, those people higher up got a lot of work to do. We got FFP rules that we have to come underneath. And there's a lot of players who are not worthy of the badge. It's plain and simple. They're just not worthy. Now, it's up to Ten Hag to come up with a plan and get us across the line and salvage what's left of the season. It's up to us as supporters to take each game as its individual thing and come with the big support and the belief. I'm already a pass last night, kinda, but I'm looking forward for this weekend because it's another chance for us to run and do something good. Last night I was raged. I was pissed off. There was a lot of social media back and forth among supporters. There's a lot of people not going at each other, but voicing opinions strongly. I think we all understood what it was all about. We were just disappointed. A lot of people, I didn't really want to slag off players' names individually. I didn't want to do that. It's all there. We all know it's there. But I also wanted to make sure that certain players shouldn't even get any type of blame because they didn't play. And if that certain player didn't play, they don't deserve how you feeling about last night. And if you're upset with that certain player because he didn't play and he didn't play because he got booked because he did something silly, and that caused us to play bad, well, you need to put respect on that player's name. Straight up. You know, I don't get it, but I'm gonna leave it at that. Tough one to watch. Tactically, we got it wrong. I don't say we got it wrong, but I don't think he assumed that it was going to be like that intense. And I don't believe he'll assume that again, because we were conditioned. We played 3 games with subpar team, and the presses weren't nothing like that. So it's a tough one, you know. Once again, it's another test. These tests are coming quicker, and you having shorter time span to get over it. I mean, you know what I'm saying? This week can be another shitstorm, or it could be another glorious moment that'll make us forget this. Well, not glorious, another good moment, forget what just happened last night. And I think it's going to be the latter. I think they're going to play well, and we're going to beat Brighton. All right? So we're going to get up, dust it off, go to work, make our money, kiss our families, do our things, get together Sunday, cheer, sing, support the Reds. That's what we're supposed to do, because we believe in this club. I believe in Eric Ten Hag. I believe in that he will get some of these players focused, because I've never seen him so down, ever. He looked spent last night. Last night, the season looked like it all caught up to him. And that's because some of these players are not worthy to wear the badge. But let's hope they're coachable. This is Casey from 1878 Casuals, brought to you by Terrace Cult and Moo Me Ice Cream. Shout out to all of my boys on the Casuals. You know, everybody's down. Shout out to ACJ, LA Red Army worldwide, foreign and domestic. We get through this. We always do. Ten Hag, his mantra is, we don't complain, we move. We move on. Up the Reds. Love United. Get these Glazers out. That's got to keep trending. You got to keep pushing that narrative. One love, y'all. Have a good weekend. See you Sunday.